now.
Hey, how's it going?
Sorry, can you hear me? Everything good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
That is awesome. Well, welcome everyone to our first NIL live with Natalie. Would love for you just to quickly introduce yourself and then we can dive in and chat. And I think there's already some questions that are scrolling through the screen, so I'm going to try and keep up with everything going on. But hi, Natalie, tell us who you are.
Hey, everybody. I'm Natalie Winter. I'm known as like my brand name Noodle. I play volleyball at West Virginia University, and I'm a junior there. And I'm also from Houston, Texas. I'm so excited to be meeting with you guys today.
Yeah, awesome. So it was a big year, 2021, for college athletes. Did you expect that in your collegiate career when you joined school that you would be able to do sponsorship deals? Or what did you even think about it? Did you know what that meant?
Yeah, I did. I mean, there was a lot of talk about it, especially in men's sports, that there were a lot of athletes that were trying to get deals with companies and just were not able to because of the NCAA rulings. And so I had an idea that there was word of mouth and things that were going around in articles saying that it's coming and people are pushing for it. And so I didn't really think that it was going to come this soon, but I'm very thankful that they passed some new rules. So
Yeah. And so tell me, like, obviously, other categories of people, and one of the reasons the rules changed was because other influencers on campus could make money. I know we've heard in leagues like Overtime where the photographers and the videographers of the athletes were being paid, but the athletes themselves couldn't get paid. So,
right.
do you have friends on campus who are influencers or who are making money from their followings, or not really?
No, I do. Yeah, there was definitely a bunch of women athletes and just regular students that were making a lot of money based on their following and just being an influencer on Instagram or whatever app. TikTok has been huge for that because it's been easy to go viral for videos and things like that. But yeah, it was like how are they going to be able to make money and I can't? So it's just nice that we have that ability to get sponsorships and money. And
Yeah. Now, tell me something. There's often um, people will say that athletes are not natural content creators, right? Like you said, TikTok. I know something that we struggle with in the pro space with NFL or a couple of the other leagues is that some of these athletes are not as good at creating the filtered videos or pictures that traditional influencers can. What are your thoughts on athletes as content creators?
um, I think that's subjective. I think if you are good at creating, you're good at creating, people are going to like your content if it's funny, if it's entertaining, if it's motivational, if it's informative. So I don't know. I think a lot of the time I see athletes with popular content because they are an athlete. It has more to do with their likeness rather than the content. And moreover, like if you are an athlete and have good content, it's going to be even more popular. So I
Yeah.
think that's the plus side to being an athlete.
And we discussed this. Like, no offense to everyone out there who is a content creator and an influencer that's not an athlete, but talk to me about why you think brands should particularly support athletes with their influencer marketing or marketing budgets versus anyone else.
I personally think it's because collegiate athletes are most likely more well known on campus. I mean, they're advertised more. Um, they have special accommodations for their, practice schedules and things like that. Not only do people know them playing on the court, on the field, wherever, but they know them outside of that. And I think people really appreciate the hard work and they admire the hard work and effort, time that it takes to become a collegiate athlete, to work, to lift, go to practice, play these games, to travel, manage eating, studying, all of that. So it's a nice thing, and brands definitely can see that. Um, and also, it just has to do with like your skill too, with your sport that you're playing. If you're really good, you're going to be much more popular, and companies love that. They're going to want to endorse you and whatever.
Cool. Awesome. So I know that a lot of the deals that we're doing with athletes are social, right? Like, hey, I'm going to send you product, post it on your social feeds. Tell me a little bit about what you love doing as a ambassador for a brand.
Oh, I just love, showcasing the brand. Like I love taking pictures for it. I'm a creative myself. I have my own, for my side photography. I love doodling. I love all that type of stuff. So when a company wants to collaborate with me, in my eyes, it's a way for me to make it more creative, to showcase their brand along with my creativity to make somebody want their product. So that's basically how, I do it. I just love to get creative with it and take really good pictures of their product.
Yeah, no, awesome. What are your thoughts on like social, where you're getting the product and you're creating content versus like doing appearances and meet and greets and things like that?
I really don't have a preference. I think both is great. I love talking to people. I think my best skill is actually selling something to somebody, just verbally talking and getting to know them, getting letting them know the product. And then also online, it's just like something quick, something that catches somebody's eye. Uh, I think I have the ability to make good content as well. So I really don't have a preference. I would do both. I like both. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. And I know this is on Instagram, but tell me about your preferred channels like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. How do you think about your content creation?
Yeah. So my preferred is probably Instagram and TikTok. I I think TikTok is great. It has everything. I love that it accommodates to your algorithm, what you like, what you don't like. I think it's super influential for influencers today. I am just starting to get back into TikTok. I don't know what exactly I want my content to be because I also don't want people to know me as just an athlete because I have more to me than just that. I want to showcase my personality, my creativity, my humor. Like there's just so much, and I haven't put together what I want to put on there yet. As for my Instagram, I love Instagram because, it's well now it's not just a picture app, it's a shopping and there's so much more. But I can really showcase my photography and my creativity and my feed and just how things look. Um, my as for YouTube, I don't know when I want to start that. I do want to start a channel. I've had a lot of people ask me like, "Hey, you should really start a YouTube channel." I'm like, "Okay, it's hard. I need editing. I need a good time. I want viewers. I don't want to just put a YouTube up there just
Yeah.
to be up." So, yeah, my preferred is probably Instagram and TikTok.
Nice. Awesome. So moving gears a bit, obviously we got connected because you've used our platform. So thank you so much. You've made a couple of brands really happy with the deals that you've done. I love the fact we talked about it. I love the fact that you've even done like affiliate deals where you're getting paid based on like the sales that you generate for the brand, which I just think is, I mean, it's the most authentic, genuine type of partnership there is. I suppose two questions. One is I'd love to just really quickly hear your experience with us, and then secondly is like what kind of brands do you want to work with, or what have you done with us that you really enjoyed?
Yeah, so what I really enjoy about open sponsorship is how organized your interface is, how easy it is to communicate with these companies, as well as the value of these companies. They're really good, and I love looking through them. I do this on a day-to-day basis. I go and look at the companies, and um, the survey process is easy. Like telling why you want to work with this company. And I haven't really found a different sponsorship company that has been as good as yours. And I'm not saying that just, like appease, but it's not, I felt like the other companies have been harder to work with. It's been, they'll crash or I can't get in contact with their companies. It's just like not as favorable. And I really just like the app of open sponsorship. The companies that I've worked with recently, I've worked with Contraband on Instagram. we did a collaboration for their mantra band bangles. So, and they just say motivational quotes on them. You know, they have necklaces, rings, earrings, whatever you want. It's on there. So that's my most recent. Then I did Swear Hair, which is a dry shampoo company. That they are more marketing. They're marketing more towards athletes, like using their after a workout when you have like sweaty hair or whatever. So I've done with them. And then Rip It is also another brand. It's popular with softball. They're just getting into volleyball and some other sports. And I got on the call with them. They wanted to know the ideal way to construct a new spandex for athletes. And I gave them all of that information. And
Yeah.
they compensated me for that, as well as they want me to market the spandex when it comes out, when they release it.
I love that because if you think about it, like as a brand that is, focused on athletes, where they're selling to athletes or like your fan base or whatever else, being able to use you when they're like making the product, like at the beginning, like that's just like so awesome and so unique. So I mean, I'm such a big fan of like opportunities that would never have happened otherwise because it would never make sense, or how would they even connect? So I think that's like great. And, hopefully for you, I suppose it's really interesting to see how a company works or designs products. Maybe you learn something too, I imagine.
Yeah.
Tell me, in terms of brands that you want to work with, is there anything that stands out in terms of like size of company, or, you want them to be local to you, or anything that you get excited about?
I do like when there are larger companies that are not looking for a huge amount of following, because I don't have a huge amount of following. But I like that aspect of it. And I also look for companies that are like protein. I love trying things. So I think, like protein powders, bars, foods, tea. I saw a tea one the other day that I signed up for. They're just like, I like those little things and things that I can try. And if I really do like them, like I want to promote them. And then, anything that goes with my likes and interests. So there really isn't, preference for that. But,
And
if
tell
there,
me, yeah, no, awesome, thank you. And so you mentioned that you don't have the biggest following, and frankly, most college athletes and most Olympians and everything else do not have the following of the big stars. Why should brands work with smaller micro athletes at all?
I think it's a great idea because they might not be a huge following on social media, but there is a following on campus. There is a following, in the athletic world where they are. So word of mouth works very well. And, I get my product, I show my friends, I post on my feed that goes and expands. And, it's like a spider web. I have 3,000 something followers, and you go on a feed and someone sends it to somebody else and it's going to somebody else. And so it's really going to more people than you actually think. But I also think it's important as like a sense of community in that area, and that the trust in like believing that I'm an influencer at that university. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Cool. Well, I think we are at time. This has been really fun. Um, Sponsor Natalie. Make her do
Yeah.
some great, amazing content for you. I love the fact that you said you were funny. I am all about funny content that potentially could go viral. So we should get you some of those deals. And, hopefully we can reconnect in the future and see how NIL is going. Obviously, it just opened up in July and you're already
Yeah.
killing it with so many different types of brands. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yes. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks all for joining. We'll be back
Yep.
soon. Bye.
Yep. Bye.